welcome back to the Bible Belt Bros podcast. I'm here with my friend Andrew.
Yo, what up? I can't believe you guys are back.
What?
Man, we talk about nothing, and they just keep coming back.
I thought you meant we're back, but they're back. Okay.
No, they're back. Yeah, I can't believe they're back.
Yeah, well, thank you. Hopefully you guys help us find better content to talk about. But anyways, look, I've already brought the music down, honey, just so you know it's already out of here. No.
Why are you always calling me honey? It kind of disturbs
to my wife
me.
Because she's listening, hopefully, at some point. Usually takes her a couple weeks.
No, she's not. She's watching me play Fortnite.
Speaking of Fortnite, Andrew, okay, we got a time limit. Let's say like 8 to 10 minutes about Fortnite. Go.
Oh, so not a 20-minute segment this time?
Not a 20-minute segment.
All right, so...
We talk about video games for so long.
So my Fortnite fame has grown. I'm at 777 followers now. The number of perfection.
Oh, gosh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. I said it. I'll throw the picture up on the Facebook page so you can see it when this episode comes out, of course. Yeah, so I'm getting up there. I can now be partnered with Mixer, meaning
yay,
I can get paid.
Can get paid.
Can.
Keyword.
Will I? I doubt it. I actually have been working most of the day, so I've been working.
Quotes.
You can't see my air quotes, guys, but I am air quoting working. I've been at my model home all day, and I've really just been working on my stream. I've downloaded new content. I've been updating stuff. I downloaded a new app and a new bot for my stream, so now I can play games, just like little silly text games. Yeah, it's fun.
Sweet. Well, I have a story to tell you, Andrew.
So I've been waiting on this story, man. You told me this almost a week ago
here's
now.
Here's the thing. Okay, so when we do podcasts, I want to talk to my wife about podcasts, and she says, shut up, I want to listen to it on the podcast. And I'm like, well, crap, And then it takes her like 2 or 3 weeks to listen to the podcast. So then I already forgot what I was going to talk about. So then with you, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. I can't believe this happened. And then it took so long before I talked to you that I was like, well, fine, I'm just going to save it for the podcast. So here it is.
Did you get your hair cut?
I did. Does it look sexy or no? I'm joking.
You look bald.
I know. I'm just embracing the baldness.
Wow. All right, tell me the story now.
So the story is this. I have this friend. His name is Ben. Shout out to Ben. He listens to the podcast. And he had 2 different usernames because he just got on Xbox a week or 2 ago.
Was it Ben and Dover?
No. And so he is worse than me at Fortnite, which is great.
I doubt it.
I like to play with him because I look like the hero. Okay. So
you look like me.
And they're really funny. They're just, him and his friends are funny. They're all terrible. And they didn't even know when you are chopping down trees, if you hit the circles, it goes faster. And so they're like, oh man, what is these circles for? And I was like, you hit them in the tree. And he goes, well, you've been holding out on it, and just mad at me for not telling them. And then he's okay. Anyways, that wasn't even the story, and we're getting into our time here. We got 5 minutes left. So I get an invite to a game, a Crown Victor something, and I was like, oh, cool. That's Ben. Must be his other thing. So, and he had just messaged me and hey, I tried to invite you. I guess it didn't work. And I was like, no, I'll join or whatever. Well, I guess he didn't invite me because I joined a group of 9-year-old kids. and so then the first thing they say is, are you friends with the one fish? And so to be nice, I was like, yeah. And you're like, you're a streamer too, right? And I was like, not really. Yes, I've streamed before. And I said, I'm not very good. And so anyway, so I play with these kids because I want to be nice to them and stuff.
Right.
But at the same time, side story, my profile on my Xbox used to be a picture of my son, and then I had a streaming account because he wants to be this YouTube famous kid. And so it just said on the description, just a 9-year-old kid, just loves to play video games and such. And so after all of that, I was like, oh crap, there's an instance that happened where I was talking to somebody online and then realized he probably thinks I'm this 9-year-old kid because especially when I'm terrible at Fortnite. And so I changed my picture to this picture where I shaved to a mustache, dyed it black, and I was Weekend at Bernie's kind of character. And so I look pretty ridiculous.
Pretty pedo.
Yes, and my description says, "Hide your kids, hide your wives." So now I'm in this group of 9-year-old kids in this party, and they're like, "Is that your picture?" I was like, "Oh crap! Don't tell your parents." I mean, no, you need to probably. Okay, let's just get this over with. So we played the game, and it ended up we actually got a victory royale out of the deal.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's my funny story of
nice.
that I've been trying to hold out on telling you for a while, but it was just like the funniest 30, 45 minutes of my Fortnite life.
So you're creeping on my followers.
Yeah, basically. Your followers are creeping on me, man. Like, I was getting invites from this kid. Like, every time I log on, I get a invite from Ground Victor.
Yeah, I get those invites all the time, too. So does another one of our friends, Blake. He always gets them, and he just refuses anymore to accept any random invite.
Well, I normally would refuse it, but
you thought it was Ben.
Thought it was my friend Ben, and so I was like, "Yo!"
You know, Ben's such a generic name. I don't think you have a friend named Ben.
And there's really a friend named Ben out there.
I think you made it up for this story.
We play Fortnite together, and he actually joined one of our parties where you were playing with Blake. You're doing some duos.
Oh, the other day when you were playing.
Yeah, yeah, and I left, and like Ben was like, "Well, you not wanting me to talk to your friends?" And I was like, "Dude, you don't want to talk over these guys when they're trying to get to win. They will kick us out anyway." Because I was like, he was like, I could tell that they were pretty serious. I was like, "Yeah, man, they're yelling out coordinates of where these shots are coming from. Like, they are legit into this game." And Blake has been so like
focused, and
he's excited. He's like, "Oh my god, there's people over there, 269." Yeah, it's just like, oh my gosh, whatever. Blake, you're freaking out. But I do have an observation about Fortnite and a kind of a concern.
Okay.
My wife has been watching streamers lately.
Yeah.
The legit ones, too. Like the really, really good ones.
She needs to watch Hype Zone.
Basically. But she doesn't like Hype Zone because it bumps to all these people playing random music. She has a certain genre.
Well, see, I find my streamers via Hype Zone.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way. I don't like all streamers. One, you have to, if you have a camera, it has to be, I don't want to see your room or whatever's behind you. I really prefer it to be a clean cutout of you or, you know, a blank wall.
I just prefer not to cross streamers.
I don't like, obviously, you know, my music style. So I want to be somewhere around that. Yeah, I'm very particular, but I find all my streamers, I found a new guy today, NVDA, and he was pretty darn good.
So here's the deal. I feel like my wife watching streamers, especially Fortnite streamers, games that I play,
right,
is very concerning. It's a lot, I believe, very comparable to pornography. Now, hear me out. When my wife watches these streamers, there's some unexpected expectations. Or no, it's not unexpected expectations. It's
unrealistic.
Yes.
Expectation, right?
So we go into her watching me. Stop laughing. This is really serious.
Bro.
Hold on.
You're saying I am pornography for your wife.
Hold on. That's more voyeurism when you're playing at our house. But okay. So there's unrealistic expectations when she's watching these other streamers play that when I play, I can't achieve. I can't perform to the ability that she would like. I can't do some of the moves that the people in the streams can do. And so it's very, very concerning. I mean, there's even a time where, like last night, to get in the mood, we watched a couple streams online, some top 15 ninja eliminations. To get us in the mood, we're watching streams too. So I feel it's very comparable. And very concerning that you are now a streamer, like a professional streamer, that I don't know if we can be friends.
So now every time I walk in your house... and you leave for the bedroom, I'm leaving.
Like, Andrew, can you stream a little for us? Just a little bit. I know there's like a 1 millisecond lag on my TV compared to your
No, you
monitor.
have like a more than that. You probably have a full second.
I don't know. It's very concerning. She's been trying to learn how to play Xbox herself, so that's been pretty funny to watch. Not just learn how to play a game called Fortnite, but also just playing an Xbox game. She runs into walls. She runs sideways instead of forward.
Does she look at the sky and spin circles?
She does, yes.
Okay. I was going to say at least she's past that point, but she's not.
No, she's just all over the place.
Yep.
So, Andrew, let's get on to a topic of
Bible Belt Bros, kind of what we're about.
Christianity,
The Bible.
biblical stuff. Easter.
What?
Is this week.
What?
This Sunday. So.
What? Since when?
Since when?
Is this an April Fool's joke?
It kind of is. What wouldn't be funny, like, to everybody to be late to serve on Easter?
Well, I've been
As an April Fool's joke to the pastor.
I've been telling Lisa all year, literally all year, that I was going to tell Izzy I had Easter eggs, and I'm not really going to hide them.
She just can't find them.
Right. And I'm going to be like, April Fools!
April Fools are over here in the bag.
Yeah, they're right here in your basket already.
Yeah, that'd be a great one. But yeah, April Fool's Day, that's when God gave the ultimate April Fool's prank to the world when they thought they crucified him, and he was like, April Fools, I'm alive, suckers. And that's what Jesus did for you, and that's why we are here.
That's right. That little pebble you put in front of my tomb, yeah, that was light. I play marbles with bigger boulders than that.
Man, Easter is like the biggest, or I guess second biggest, most importantest holiday in Christianity.
Yeah, but for church days, I would say it's the biggest. I'd rank it over Christmas for church.
Well,
attendance.
I guess it's supposed to be, but I don't think that's how, like, Christmas is way huger. I think it's more because it's socially acceptable to be excited about Christmas.
Huger is not a word.
More huge?
More huge or more big.
I'm getting the burps because we're drinking not coffee because it's a nighttime podcast.
I know. I'm kind of liking this. You got this bed set up for me, and I'm just laying here.
Let's not talk about beds when you're a streamer, all right? Just get that out of my house.
Just don't cross stream with me. So, is that what it's called when I host another streamer or I co-host, co-stream?
Yeah, basically.
Co-stream, so like, haven't I co-streamed with you?
Yeah, I co-stream with you all the time. I'm supporting you.
No, you host me. I've only co-streamed once.
So Easter, our church goes pretty out. We have helicopter egg drop. We've done that for years and years.
Right.
And it's always still as chaotic as it was the first year, with people that are unchurched showing up that have no idea how they're supposed to act, and that they're supposed to leave their kids in this room by themselves. And,
and you have to be in the service if you want to go to the Easter egg drop.
Yeah. And we will be not letting you in if you don't have a thingy, a ticket.
A wristband.
Wristband, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at my wrist and I can't figure out what it's called.
You pointed at your wrist too,
and so we always go overboard, and I think a lot of churches do. It's definitely like the Easter and Christmas are the time you're going to have the most guests show up at your church, and so it's definitely a time where we try to impress non-believers that we are just as cool as them, and that we do have fun here, and that church is not weird, and that's kind of what we make it a point to try to do.
So I'm going to go back to my I think Easter's bigger than Christmas statement and kind of expand on that. Our Easter worship encounter, we have to go to another building, a bigger place, to fit everybody in at once. We don't do that for Christmas because it's not as big.
I got you.
Easter is a much bigger holiday for Christianity than it is Christmas. Now, why is that?
You asking me? I didn't even agree with you to begin with. So
yeah, but why is that? You don't have to agree to me.
Well, it's because if Christ did not rise again, then.
But if he was not born in the first place,
I know that's what. Okay, but Touche, whatever. But if Christ did not raise from the dead, then this is all just a crazy conspiracy game here that we're playing.
Well, why do most churches make such a big deal of Easter, but they don't make as big of a deal out of Christmas? I know you guys go to one church that does this spectacular Christmas show every year.
Yeah.
And so I would actually, that church is
on the move.
Yeah, that church is an exception. I'm even thinking like Life Church, they don't make a huge deal out of it.
Not really. Not. I mean, there's some, like, you have more somber, like, candlelight services on Christmas Eve, stuff like that. Maybe it's because Jesus wasn't even born in December, and people were like, what are we doing, celebrating a birthday party, like, 6 months later?
You know?
Maybe if we had Christmas in August-ish, dates a little
So, okay, well, Easter changes every year.
So, yeah.
So how do we know?
I don't know. What sets the date for Easter? Is it just like...
Is it not the first Sunday of April?
Is that how it works?
I don't know.
Well, didn't our pastor today say something about sometimes it's in March and sometimes it's...
See, I thought it was in March sometimes. I don't know.
Is it like the 22nd week in the
22nd Sunday of the year? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be 20. Or 12, 16. Yeah, somewhere around there. Not quite 20.
You're right. Around 16. No. 20. 19, 20-ish. I don't know.
I don't know. Math was not my thing. I was pretty terrible at math. The only reason I graduated algebra was because Scott Hicks changed my grade.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go Mr. Jones.
Teacher, Mr. Jones. Yeah, you knew him. You played a lot of chess with him. He was a teacher that he told us, like, the first day in class that he has stock in cigarettes and that to smoke up. And then at the end of the year, he was like, here's the grade book. Please feel free to look at it and see if there is anything that you feel inconsistent with what you feel like if you had achieved this year. And if so, go ahead and make your changes today. And so Scott Hicks was like, I guess shout out to Scott Hicks. But he was like, Dusty, do you want an A? And because I was failing. And I said...
So you had an F and it got changed to an A.
No, I said, let's make it realistic, and I made it a C. So that is how I passed algebra. And then, sadly, our geometry teacher and algebra 2 teacher had a bunch of people that did not know algebra 1 show up to their class the next year.
Was that Woods? No, he's probably retired by then. Maybe not.
I can't remember.
So here's how I did mine.
Well, in geometry, we graded our own homework. So they're like, Dusty, you got 100% on all your homework assignments, but your test scores are just low. And I just can't take tests. I'm just terrible at them.
So here's how my whole high school math went. I did pre-Al and Al, and then they wanted to put me in geometry, and I was like, no thanks. So I went to basic math.
You went down?
I went down. Because they just said I had to have so many math credits. Yeah. And so I was like, so can I go down? And the guidance counselor, I forget his name at the time, he looks at me and goes, yeah, but why would you want to? I said, because it's easier. Put me in basic math. And so I actually went down, and I never went past L1.
Yeah, that's good.
Until college.
I apparently, my senior year, I was in Spanish 1 and in Spanish 2, and you had to get a certain grade in Spanish 2 to get to Spanish 3. I did not get that grade. Needless to say, I was a terrible student, and I was not given a class.
I remember this.
So I basically, I tutored for your mom. I think she taught kindergarten. Third grade? Is that what it was? So I just stayed a little extra there, and then I would go and have lunch with my mom and come back to school. And for a semester, nobody knew.
I knew.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no teacher.
Right.
Because I would just show up, and it was study hall, because we only had 4 classes a day where we went to high school. And so,
right. Block scheduling.
And so, every other day it was like super easy because I just did the minimum. Though, looking back, I was stupid because I could have graduated a semester early. But I stayed because I had a girlfriend, even though, we're not in any of the same classes. So
I remember that.
Apparently, I wasn't as smart as I thought I was.
So I was a TA. And so I TA'd and studied hall that same day. That was quite nice. And I didn't get in trouble. Or have to have my mom / your TA. Because you TA'd for my mom, right? And then you didn't.
Yes. Yeah. and then it
return.
was off campus,
right.
so I didn't have.
So I TA'd on campus, and actually I TA'd on both days.
We were so cool in high school.
That's right.
I was not cool at all.
We were the coolest.
I think I had a bowl cut till I was like 22.
You did.
No, I cut it like sophomore year. But still,
no,
I was like Backstreet Boys. They were cool, but not my bowl cut. Remember one time Rusty, our pastor Rusty Gunn, he gave me a haircut. Do you remember that?
I do not.
It was like there was this guy that shaved like a Jesus fish on the back of his head.
I remember that.
And
yep.
I had a bowl cut at the time, so I was a freshman in high school, and maybe a sophomore. But I had a bowl cut, and my youth pastor at the time, Rusty Gunn, was like, "Hey, I got a great idea. Let's shave a cross in the back of your head. That would be amazing. It would be like a light into your lost friends at school. Like every time that they're looking at you, they'll see Jesus." So we go to shave a cross in the back of my head, but there's not a lot of room there. And my youth pastor did not minor in cosmetology when he went to college.
Nor did he major in it.
And so my cross was more of a plus sign. So until that grew out, I was just a very positive kid and very into math, and was just a fan of all things
plus related.
Addition. All things addition. So I was trying to add believers to the kingdom of God, and
there you go.
So doing that in different ways, I guess. Needless to say, I was not a cool student at all.
It's just probably how we became friends.
That's probably because I would not have been friends with you in any other circumstance besides the fact that nobody else would be my friend. So because of that, we are stuck together forever. It's kind of funny, like when you're streaming and stuff and I watch, it's kind of like brings back memories. Our first class we had together was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And it was a media class. So we did the media announcements, where we videoed announcements, and we made these crazy like claymation type videos and Pop-Tarts with Popsy Pop-Tarts, the Rockin' Poppin' Pop-Tart. Like, I have a terrible memory, and that's one thing that I hate about myself. But man, I remember some of the weirdest stuff, and that's one of them is Popsy Pop-Tarts, the Rockin' Poppin' Pop-Tart. And don't forget that milk. That's one. That was your key phrase that you said somewhere.
And don't forget that milk. Except for with my high-pitched squealy voice.
Yeah, exactly. So Easter, just I guess let's just lay out a challenge. All right, let's finish this thing out strong on Jesus here.
Okay.
So Easter, don't not serve. So that means serve, right? Double negative. Don't not serve on Easter. Get involved. Get excited. Maybe even my wife and I have been doing a little Lent study, just going through the book of Exodus and where we see Jesus and salvation coming from that, and that's been great. But also maybe do something like that. Maybe get on your Bible app and read stuff about Jesus.
Is that what you do on the Bible app? I thought that was a streaming platform.
I thought that was like Facebook. But maybe, there we go. Get off of Facebook for a little bit, besides when you share those awesome graphics that your church made to promo Easter, and get onto the Bible. Let the Bible turn you on.
I just found out today that you've been at church for the last 3 months.
I know. Like, Andrew always gives me crap about not going to church, but crap, I use the term going to church, which I basically am. But I've been there for like 3 months straight, not missing a week.
I never knew this.
Andrew,
because I'm there every week. I mean,
my wife Shay and I, we said that as we were going in. It's like, what's funny? Like, we've been really good at coming, and Andrew's going to give us crap as soon as we walk in the door about you didn't expect us to be here.
Because I didn't.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
So.
And then he let me know he's been there for every week for the past 3 months.
Exactly. So get excited about
kudos.
Jesus. things. Get excited about Jesus, get ready to serve, and just really understand what you're doing this for. You're not trying to promote your church. You're not trying to show how nice you can dress. You're not trying to get those perfect family pictures. You're coming together as a body of Christ in just lifting up the fact that we have a physical thing that we can look at, an empty tomb, to show that like our God has risen from the grave. He has conquered death, and that salvation is found through only Him and nobody else. Is that good?
Amen.
Amen. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.